Folks, if you collect 90% silver, you're going to want to watch this video. So what I have today is some half dollars. These are Franklin half dollars. I just want to show you the difference in these, and a lot of people don't realize that it exists. These are different years. I'll tell you that right up front. And I'm going to show you some things that are very important. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these, I'm going to put it on a Sigma verifier. This is just to show you that they're all real, so that you don't think that there's anything tricky here. These are all real, 90%, and for the most part, these have not really been circulated. You can see they're in really great condition. I have a scale set up. This scale is certified by our local county, and I want to show you some different weights. This coin is supposed to weigh 12.5. You can see that this one weighs 12.7. Well, it fluctuates 6 or 7. Get a little bit extra there. Then we'll look at this one. This coin weighs 12.8, so we're getting a little more than we're supposed to there. But then we'll move to these, and we're getting 12.4. So this one's a little bit below. This one weighs 12.5, so that one's right on where it should be. And then we'll go to 12.5 there. 12.3. This is where it starts to cost you. 12.3. This one's 12.5. We're good there. And then we have another 12.3. So out of this, if you averaged everything, I think just mathematically off the top of my head, we're going to be pretty close. I mean, we were up on some, down on others. But what you have to watch, the Franklin and the Kennedys are actually pretty decent. When you get to the Walking Liberties, especially the Barbers, you'll notice that they start to get thinner on the sides, and they aren't as thick. You kind of look at these. I'll try to show them to you the best I can. But you can see that there's even a little bit of wear you can start to see in some of these now. Although with the camera view, it'll probably look the same. But if you put a Walking Liberty here, or if you put a Barber half dollar, you definitely would see the difference in this coin. So what this means for you as a silver buyer is that you have to be careful. You want to make sure that you're not just taking the times face value, especially when you're dealing with the older stuff. Granted, with Barber and Walking Liberties, you get some numismatic value to it if they're in good shape. Franklin's a little bit, but not so much. And Kennedy's, there's really very little numismatic value unless you have just a really great piece. So my suggestion is, if you're a 90% collector, is that you start weighing some of these, checking them out. And if you're buying, especially if you're buying at gun shows or off of dealers, most dealers now weigh because they understand if they don't weigh it, they're going to lose. All of the big refining companies, they all weigh everything. They don't do any times face value at all. So take these coins when you get them and just make sure that you're knowing what you're getting. Sometimes, as we saw here, you're going to win, and sometimes you're going to lose. But when you buy 1,000 of these, it can get drastically different. So if you get 1,000 of these coins that are worn, you may actually be costing yourself up to 10% of the silver value just because you're buying it wrong. So know how to buy this silver. It starts with a verifier first to know that you are buying real silver. There's a lot of fakes out there. You have to know that. Don't operate without a good Sigma tester, or get with your local coin shop and let them test it for you. And get a certified scale, one that you know is on, so that you can weigh these. And when you're buying them, it's a great education for the customer too, because quite honestly, they don't know. So you may not have known this. The customer doesn't know this. The seller doesn't know this. I mean, there's lots of people, until this is put on a scale and they can actually see what's going on, they don't realize that there's a fluctuating difference, even amongst coins that look to be uncirculated. And that's why I use these for you today, to show you that. So I'm just looking out for you. This is a good way to make a better investment. It's a way to make a fair deal. And along those lines, that's what we're all about. When we sell at Bosley Auctions, typically we weigh these ahead of time to make sure they're in range. But, you know, just be careful, guys. That's all I got to say. Silver market is a crazy business. It's a great business, but it's a business you can get burned in if you're not careful. I'm Todd Bosley. Check out my site sometime, bosleyauctions.com. We have all kinds of interesting auctions going at all different times of the year. You can bid online, and make sure you check out the App Store and get my app, Bosley Auction app. It's a great thing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.